Atheist Sunday Assemblies face challenges amidst pandemic. In the United Kingdom and United States, in 2013, two British comedians, quote, wanted to do something that was like church but totally secular. That year, the first Sunday Assembly took place and eventually expanded to about 70 independent congregations across the United Kingdom and the US. Since the pandemic hit, more than half have gone dormant or completely closed. Many of the leaders of Sunday Assemblies interviewed by a religion news service spoke of the difficulty in organizing a secular community. They need to raise money, set up events, look for a venue for the events, organize groups, and do many other administrative tasks. All of these tasks have become more difficult when the pandemic began. Ben Zeller, a professor of religion at Lake Forest College in Chicago, said that new religious groups face the same challenges as the Sunday Assembly. Zeller further explained that it is easier for a religious people to start up because of the sense of urgency built into their group identity. Quote, "It's easier to organize if you think your founder is the Messiah," Zeller said. So I thought this was interesting and something I wanted to cover because, one, I like to talk about other atheist and secular groups, particularly ones that encourage community, such as Sunday's Assembly. But I also wanted to cover this because it's important to talk about the difficulty in organizing a community and growing a community, particularly a secular community. Famously, it's people say it's like herding cats when you're trying to organize free thinkers. And I thought that was something important to talk about. In Armin, you certainly have a lot of experience in creating a community for atheists. What do you think about this?
I'm one day going to try to actually herd cats just to see how hard it is. But yeah, this is something that we are struggling with as well, because I don't know if you guys know, Atheist Republic has its own what we call consulate, which is our local groups. So, and that has ceased to be active as much as it used to be because of the pandemic. So, guys, if you search for Atheist Republic consulates, the first results you will get is this page, and you can see that we have groups in, every country's major cities. We have groups for people to join and find and meet face-to-face atheists right close to them. So if you're, for example, in Germany and you could live in Berlin, you could click on Germany and click on the city that you are in, Israel, Iraq, Jordan, anywhere, right? And if you can't find your city, you could start your own group for your city. So we have all of this, and the whole point was to get atheists to find other atheists that feel less demonized, less isolated, less ostracized, and find a community this way. But ever since the pandemic, our consulates have been, less active. But we're gonna pick it right back up as soon as this whole mess is over. We're gonna try to be. We're just gonna wait for see when it's allowed.
A lot of people have been doing organized Zoom meetings, trying
Zoom
to.
meetings.
But for a lot of people, having things in person is really important. In fact,
Yes.
I've been showing up to some consulate Zoom meetings across the world, so that's been fun.
That's great. Yeah. Again, we're going to make sure that we don't do anything that is not allowed. Okay. So, we're not going to encourage anybody until it's completely, in accordance with whatever the requirements are at that location. But yeah, it's been challenging to do that. I mean, a lot of people here's what it's also for me to do this shows how aware I am of other people's needs, because I cannot relate to this at all. Like, this was a major thing that we built
True.
in Atheist Republic. This is a major thing that we built for Atheist Republic because I realized how much people need this, right? To be able to find people and meet face to face and communicate with people in person and build connections in person. I do not have that need, but I am aware enough, I'm smart enough to be able to detect that other people do need this, right? So You're welcome. But yeah, I don't get it. I don't get it. I get all my social needs with these live streams and just the people in the live chat. This is my socializing, right? But again, guys, if you do require that, like, we're gonna have events for you in real life once the pandemic is over. So go find your concert. What are these other groups that are like? Do you want to give any shout outs to these other groups that are?
Well, the Sundays Assemblies is interesting. So they have more of a concentration around actually providing an experience that is similar to church, just literally without God. So there will be someone who gives like a talk, kind of like the godless alternative to a sermon. And maybe some people come up and like share their testimony or like their deconversion story. And there's even some groups do like sing-alongs and yeah, joint songs and singing. And there's often a lot of potlucks that come with it. Like for people who go to church, you know that the food afterwards is oftentimes the best part. So it's an experience that's supposed to be actually like a godless equivalent to church, which personally isn't appealing to me. Like the idea of group singing makes me feel anxiety. But everything else about it sounds really cute.
You know, I heard like bonding over, food is such a big thing in the human psyche, and religions get that, and they take full advantage of it. Like, this is why when I you go to church, there's just like food everywhere, and people are talking over like meals. This is why in Islam a lot of Eids are over food consumption. Like, they
Iftar,
eat
yeah.
iftar. Yeah. Like, Ramadan is all about family, people getting together and breaking their fast. Eid is about. They all have their own theme of food. Like, people, like, when they're eating, their mind is like happy, and now you're like, or also Thanksgiving. You know what I mean? Like, stuff like that. You're actually, that's actually, people don't like each other over Thanksgiving. So I don't know what's happening there. But
I mean, people
usually,
don't necessarily like each other at church either. Woo!
I know, but
That's where all the community drama goes down.
true, but it's not because of the food. Like, when you're eating and with other people, you're getting the sense of pleasure, and then you get, it's like kind of a Pavlovian thing. And then you're also communicating with people, so that experience is associated with all the smell and the food and the drinks, and all that creates an atmosphere where makes it easier for people to bond with each other. So, I mean, I think we should like learn from that. We should like, we should take
Well,
advantage of that form of
it's
community building.
interesting. So, someone who was profiled in the this news item by Religion News Service basically said that the spirit behind Sunday Assemblies is recognizing that what makes religious events successful is more the like organized part and less the religious part. So these organized religions, they have these events, but what makes it actually successful is the organization of the humans. And that's something I wanted to talk about, actually. Like, I don't think a lot of people really appreciate how much work goes into building a community and keeping a community active and engaged. Just speaking from experience, like, I had no idea how much work it took before I started doing what I do through Atheist Republic in this capacity. It's no small feat, let alone with a community that is specifically without a shared doctrine, specifically without dogma, specifically without any threat of hell or, reward of heaven, just doing it because you want to, and also throwing into the fact that most of the people in our communities or inclined towards our communities are skeptics and very critical by nature. It's tough.
All right, I have to say, so I'm just going to rant here. One reason why I have an issue with just meeting people is because they often get around and meet over unhealthy food, okay, and drinking alcohol, right? Like, you don't, and if you can be that person to just be like, hey guys, can we like, can the food choices? You just like such a, you're anti-fun. Like if you're not, you're gonna be, you're that guy at, you must be fun at parties kind of guy. You know what I mean? Like
That
it's
is
just so
literally
hard.
you, though.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but that's why I just don't want to get involved, right? Like, like people get together and they're having cupcakes and fries and alcohol, and I'm like, yeah, I don't, I, I want to, even if I decide, like, I'm an introvert, and now even if I could get over the fact that, like, fine, let's meet other people, and like that comes at the cost of like poisoning my body for half a day. I'm like, what? It's not worth it. I just socialize with people over online, and I have my very healthy food right next to me, and I'm enjoying it. So, it's, I don't have to like be forced, be intimidated. Like, imagine if you go to these places and everybody's like eating cake and fries and drinking, and then you're like, no thanks, and like, no, I'm okay, and then the third time, no, it's okay, I'm good. Like, you're just like, look at this guy, look at everybody is having fun, and this guy is just like being such a, and then they ask you why, and then you have to like, if you explain to them why, they'd be like, oh my god, it's so, like, you're constantly being made to look like you're like the weirdo here, and you're like, okay, I'm sorry, I'm the weirdo here because I'm not poisoning my body with all this crap. I'm sorry, yeah, I'm the weirdo. Like, if I'm not, like, then I don't want to participate in that. I don't want to be participate in all these people. Like, you ask, like, oh wow, you're lecturing us about health. Well, you asked me why I'm not eating this. Like, so what do you want me to do? Like, you want me to tell you, like, I might as well just like, oh, I'm Muslim and this is haram. I might as well just say that. That would be more acceptable. If I said at an atheist
That'd be
gathering,
hilarious.
if I said like, like, oh, you want to drink some, I'm like some beer, and like, you know what? I'm actually converted back to Islam. That's why. And all of this other food is also najis because non-Muslims touched it, and that's why I'm not touching
Perfect.
it.
You're covered.
That would be probably more acceptable than giving people a health lecture. Yeah. Trust me, you don't want me at your party. I'm no fun.
The whole time we're like, Susie, when can we leave?
All right. Can we? Oh, look at this. Armin's church meeting would be eating protein bars and doing bench press. Adrian, I'm actually so bad. Protein bars are filled with sugar. I make my own protein snacks with my whey protein. Protein bars are mostly filled with sugar. They're not protein bars. They're sugar. They're fat and sugar bars with a side of protein, and they dare call themselves protein bars. So even that doesn't. Yeah. Anyways. Okay. All right.
Are you starting to get the picture, guys? Are you starting to get the picture?
Jesus. Yeah, maybe. Okay. Can we clap for the next news?
Actually, if someone says you can just like, if trying to get food, it can be like, I'm fasting right now.
No, but I'm anti-fasting now as well. I used to do like fasts.
And you don't lie to people either.
Yeah.
Shoot.
Okay. Somebody's saying, Armin, if you're into health, maybe veganism is your thing. Actually, no, veganism is not the healthy option. I accept vegans' arguments for morality reasons, but definitely not for health reasons. It is definitely less healthy to be vegan.
Hey guys, if you're a fan of blasphemy and sexy Callie, like me, then you need to be sure to subscribe to our newsletter. Link in the description below. because if you subscribe, we will send you a free copy of our Blasphemous Art ebook. And let me tell you, it is the tastiest blasphemy that you can find anywhere available today. And we are so generous with our blasphemy that we continue to send you more blasphemy every week. So make sure to subscribe. Link in the description below.